Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Today's video I am doing a pantry restock. So I have some canning to do, I have some meal prepping to do, and just gonna share with you a few different recipes. So I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, please leave it a big thumbs up. It helps out my channel, it helps out my videos so very much. It lets YouTube know that you guys enjoy videos like this, so please definitely leave it a big thumbs up and just say hi down in the comments. Let's go ahead and jump on into restocking the pantry for the week. So today we're going to be working on some canning. We're also going to be making some pizza dough for dinner tonight and prepping some lunch for the week, and then just restocking some pantry items as well. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video, but I was given all of these apples by my dad and these peaches by my dad. I was also given a bunch of potatoes and squash that I still need to process, but I just don't have time for that today, so that will be another day and you will probably see that in next week's video. But what I'm going to do is, I thought I was going to peel the apples, so I peeled one of them, and then I realized there is no point in peeling the apples. There is so much nutritious goodness in the skins, so I'm actually going to leave the skins on, and then when I put them in the blender, they'll just get blended down and it'll be just fine. So I'm actually going to leave all of the skins on. I'm just going to cut off any bad spots that there are and then save the rest. And once I get them all sliced up, I'm going to put them in a pot of hot water on the stove and let them kind of simmer on the stove for a little bit, which softens the apples and just makes it easier for them to blend down into the applesauce. So once I get all these cut up, I'll get them going on the stove, and then while those are going on the stove is when I can go ahead and work on some other items. But I just went ahead and put some water in the pot and had this going at the same time that I was letting my canner heat up. And now that it's all hot, I can just add these to it, and I don't let them sit in here for long. I let them sit in here maybe 3 to 5 minutes, just enough to soften up the apples, so that way the blender doesn't have to work quite as hard to blend them up and puree them down, because the applesauce we do all eat, but my kids eat the most of it. So they're not like big into the chunky applesauce. They're into more of like, you know, the softer, more pureed applesauce still. So I do puree this down quite a bit for them. I don't leave it too chunky, but that's just how they like it for now. So I do put it in the blender. But now that these are all done, I can go ahead and add them to the blender, get them all, you know, nice and blended up, and then I'm going to pour them off into a separate container where then I can add my little bit of lemon juice and my sugar and my cinnamon. I knew with the amount of apples I had, I wasn't going to get too many jars out of this. I figured roughly 2.5 quarts, and I got right at 2 quarts, which is fine because I had gotten a bunch of apples from our local farmers market in the summer, and I had canned a bunch of applesauce then. But when my dad gave me these, I just knew I wasn't going to let them go to waste, and applesauce is like the biggest thing that we eat with apples around here. So I don't make any like apple pie filling and can it or anything like that. So I just make it into applesauce, but I am happy to add another 2 quart-sized jars to my shelf. And then as far as the peaches, I'm just going to go ahead and peel all these and get the skins off them. Any of them that look really bad, I'm going to go ahead and toss, but I will salvage as much of them as I possibly can. And I end up getting 2 quarts out of these too. And to fill my canner, I had a bag of cranberries, so I'm going to go ahead and make some cranberry juice as well. Just stuff that I can stock my canning shelf with and my pantry shelves, and that way we do still have good local produce, just preserved on the shelves. It's such a good way to be able to, still have produce that is typically a summer produce in the winter, but have it where it's still local and native to your area, which makes me really happy because if you never knew, I didn't know till recently when I actually stumbled across a article that was talking about it, but whenever you eat produce that is local and native to your state or a state that, borders your state, it's actually more nutritious for you than something that was overseas. There's something to do with like the biome and the soil and where you live and all of that plays part in it. But if you can ever find an article about that, or if I can find the one that I read, I'll try to link it. But it's very, very interesting if you look it up and just kind of do your research. I thought it was very interesting rather than eating things overseas. And while any fresh produce is better than no produce at all, I'm still happy to have some on my shelf. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead to get into making this cranberry juice. All I did was added some lemon juice and some sugar and then some hot water and put them all in the canner, let them process for their correct time, and then we are ready to pull it all out. And just look how beautiful those cranberries are. They're just gorgeous. Everything about these jars just screams Christmas to me, especially when you get all 3 of them lined up together. I'm like, oh my goodness, these are just so beautiful. I don't know about you, but I think home canned food it's a whole piece of art in my opinion. It is so beautiful, and having it displayed beautiful is just so fun. That might be like the nerdy craftiness coming out in me, but I absolutely love organizing things on my shelf and just making them look pretty. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you guys will have to let me know what you think. But I did end up getting 6 quart-sized jars to add to the pantry shelves, so I am very, very happy about that. But now we're going to go ahead and make some chicken salad, so that way we have chicken salad for the week for lunches. We like to put this on croissants or just on like toasted sandwich bread. Either way, we like to have this in the house and have this for quick lunches. And for the pizza dough, I will leave the link down in the description box to this, but you're going to need some sourdough starter. If you don't have sourdough starter, there is other pizza dough recipes that you can use out there, but I am using my sourdough starter. You're going to need some flour, some salt, a little bit of yeast, and of course your water. Okay, let's start this again. You're going to need your sourdough starter, flour, water, salt, yeast, and then any seasonings that you like. And it makes a really, really yummy dough. All I do is kind of just mix it again a little bit with my hands, put it in a greased bowl, put a warm, damp towel over it, and let it rise for about an hour or so, and then it will be ready to spread out on the pan and cover it with all of your sauce and all your toppings that you enjoy. Okay, so I went ahead and stopped up to Walmart because I was completely out of chocolate chips, and it's something I like to have on hand, especially, you know, during the seasons. So I went ahead and grabbed some chocolate chips that I need to restock in my container. And then my oats, I do have a little bit of oats left, but I went ahead and put them in this bowl so that way I could take the older ones out and put the fresh ones like down in there first. And then I got a big thing of old-fashioned oats, so I'm going to go ahead and fill up some of my containers here. So now that these all have been out of the canner for a while, they're still a little bit warm to the touch, so I'm not going to take the rings off or anything, but you can see they all have sealed, and that is one amazing thing about 4 jars is literally like all my lids always seal, and I never have a problem with the seals on any of my 4 jars items. But look how beautiful this is. This cranberry juice is going to be so delightful. Like, just the look of that on against the tree is just so beautiful. Got the applesauce, the peaches, and the cranberry juice. Little batch canning, but hey, something is better than nothing. And they're so cute. I just love them so much. These would make really cute Christmas gifts too, I think. As always, sweet friends, thank you so much for watching. If you are in need of any kind of prayer, I would love to say a prayer for you. Leave it down in the comments, send me an email, or write me over on Instagram. I would love to say a prayer for you. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Until I see you in the next one, I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye, y'all.